Mr. President, a lot has happened this month. How do you think January 2026 is going to factor into your legacy?
I think that the legacy is very strong right now. We have the safest country we've had, the strongest military. We're doing better than we've ever done before. I think it's going to be a great legacy.
I would love to talk to the First Lady. It's her night. Can we do that? Guys, can we give politics a break for a second and talk to Melania since it's her night?
Great friend of ours, honey.
How are you?
Hi, nice to see you, Melania.
Nice to see you.
Let's talk about this film. I'm just talking about manager Mark.
Well, I'm looking at the whole thing, but you know, I have a great feeling.
In this film, we're going to learn a heck of a lot more about
both of them very much.
You've been so private.
It looks to me like one is very much of a monopoly if they're able to do this deal. So we'll see how it all works.
Well,
Mr. President,
people will historic night.
What do you think they will be feeling?
I think they're going to see a glamour that they haven't seen before, and I think our country needs glamour. You understand glamour better than most, but they can understand glamour. A lot about the beauty and the pageantry and things we haven't seen in a long time.
Mr. President, most folks don't think that the president actually
What is the next war you'll be solving? Does President Putin
a lot more than most
Well,
of
we're
us
going to see. I think we're going to have peace.
You weigh in on that a little
We're
bit?
going to get the peace done.
Well, I give you my
Mr. President, do you believe you'd be the man you are today if you hadn't met your wife?
That's an interesting question. I better be very careful with that. It's a very dangerous. He's asking me a very dangerous question. I think she's really been a great help. She's done a great job. Very respected, very smart, very measured, very measured. Sometimes when I'm not so measured, she measures you, but no, she's done a great job and very, very influential in terms of the administration. Yes.
And Mr. President, with
He's asking me very dangerous questions.
I asked your husband if he would be the man he is today if he had never met you. What do you think?
Well, we will all be in different places, I guess. Right?
We do like the way it worked out.
Correct.
And Mrs. Trump, what do you want Americans to learn about the First Family and yourself from this film?
Went very well. I wanted to know a little bit more about the details of that conversation.
Well, it was not much of a conversation other than he said he'd love to see peace, but I want to see peace, I think, maybe more than anyone. We've done a great job. We've closed the border. We've stopped crime. Crime's at an all-time low in the history of our country, and that's only because we're taking criminals out. We're taking some very bad people out of our country. But I want to see that also.
And Mr. President, what do you say to those that are critical of the fact that Amazon paid $40 million to acquire the rights of this movie?
Well, I think they'd have to go and ask President Obama, who got paid a lot of money and hasn't done anything. So I think they probably have to go because if you take a look at others, they've been paid a lot of money. But this is somebody, Melania, who really produced. She's done a great thing. This is a very important piece of work.
What do you hope people learn about your wife after seeing this film?
Well, I think they knew she was smart, but perhaps maybe they'll get to see something that elevates above just the word smart. She's got a lot of high quality.
And you have an entertainment background yourself, creating several hit shows. Did you have any sort of creative input on this film? Did you watch any of the screeners in advance?
I really had none. I saw it for the first time 2 nights ago. I loved it. I thought it was really great. But it really brings back a glamour that you just don't see anymore. And our country can use a little bit of that, right? You would know that, right?
Can you tell me a little bit more about the split off on the Department of Homeland Security on the avoiding a shutdown?
Well, I think what you're going to see is you will know by the time this movie's over what's going to happen. And I'll be naming the Fed tomorrow morning. I've chosen a very good person to head the Fed. I'll be putting that out tomorrow morning.
Is there any details you could share about the extension through September?
For myself,
No.
Mr. President, what is your message to the tens of millions of Trump voters on this film about the First Lady?
That she's a very smart person, very influential person, and she cares about the country, loves the country, just like Breitbart does, actually. And she's done a great job. Very popular.
Mr. President, and there's also been some leftist outlets already pushing negative coverage around this film before it's even come out. What do you say to that, and what can Megan do to combat that?
Well, that's standard with these people, and, they like to do it. They lost an election in a landslide. They do whatever they can. But we have a safe country. We have a rich country. We've taken in hundreds of billions of dollars of tariff money. We've never been in a position like this. We're strong. We're financially powerful. We're militarily powerful. I built the military in my first term, and now we have a group headed out to a place called Iran, and hopefully we won't have to use it.
And lastly, Mr. President, this is today was your 10th cabinet meeting. Over the course of 4 years, Joe Biden only held 9 cabinet meetings. What does that say about the transparency of your administration versus the last administration?
And I had cameras in my cabinet meetings, all of them, just about all of them, and so it's very transparent. There's never been an administration so transparent as this. We had a good cabinet meeting today. We talked about the economy. The economy is through the roof. Prices are way down. Gasoline $1.99 a gallon. It was $4 a gallon just a year and a half ago. So a lot of great things are happening, as you know.
Absolutely. And people are going to start seeing some relief with their tax returns.
I think so. You know, the great big beautiful bill just kicked in, and you're going to see some tremendous numbers. We have prices are down all throughout. You know, they like to talk about affordability. It was just a term that they made because, you know, but they're the ones that caused the problem. We inherited a mess, and the prices are way down. We inherited an open border with millions of people coming in, and the problems that you have, the big problems that you have. Millions of criminals were allowed into our country through an open border, and we're getting them out. We're getting them out fast. They just announced today crime in this country is at an all-time low, and that was done by Democrats. They said that the Democrats just released crime in this country at an all-time low. Thank you, and you guys are great.
And could I ask one quick question? Madam First Lady, Nick Overton, Breitbart News. I'm doing very good. How are you? What is something you hope that people...
We just lost that audio link to Washington, but it's not something you see every day. A First Lady of the United States launching a film. This is a documentary. The roughly 20 days leading up to the inauguration of her husband last year at the presidential inauguration in January of last year. That's at the Kennedy Center in Washington. We'll have more with Annalise Nielsen in just a moment.